great. You can talk to the guy. Yeah.
Would you like the interview? We're doing a thing on like rising gas prices and like how it's affected. All right.
I don't drive right now.
Yeah. The prices. What are some of the like obvious changes that like you felt like happened because like the rise in gas prices? Like, do you see people like driving less or like they're kind of like?
I don't know. People complain a lot and like make comments about how gas prices have increased. And I noticed that a lot of people, instead of like just getting $5 in gas, they get 10 or 20 instead. Like, it seems like people end up paying a lot more each time they go there.
And like, do you feel like they kind of like go to different gas stations? Like they'll go out of their way just if like it's a few cents cheaper.
Yeah, they definitely will. I mean, this didn't happen to me personally, but another associate where she came from, she said that the gas station down the street from her come and go, they had like a gas war where their gas prices went back and up and down, like competing with each other, where they would have to change the sign like 3 times a day.
And do you think like if the oil prices continue to rise, people like will change their ways? Like instead of driving, like you see more like motorized vehicles.
I believe so. I mean, you see a lot of that in Iowa City already, especially like where I'm from. I used to live in Fort Dodge, and a lot of people would have to drive from smaller towns into town to actually go to school and stuff. And so there's a lot more public transportation and stuff out here. But I think like alternative, like energy sources are also really awesome, like hydrogen fuel cars and stuff like that. Thank you. Have a nice day, man.
Like the rising prices of gas raise the prices of food, or is it affecting the way people shop?
Like gas as far as distribution, or gas as far as like manufacturing?
Price, like just as like is it like affecting the prices of food as like the gas prices have gone up?
I mean, I think it's done it a little bit over time, but I think that also like the nutrition of the economy has.
And production hasn't gone down, or consumption?
Oh no.
Nothing to really know that.
No.
Well, is it really all we need?
Do you see like people maybe going to like other places that are closer or like farther away, or like do you see people using like the gas stations at Hy-Vee's more now because then you get like the membership things?
I think that our gas station's used a lot because we do a daily discount, and we also have Gas Busters. So if you buy stuff in our store, a certain 6 items each week, you get an additional 5 cents per gallon, as well as our daily discount, which ranges anywhere between 3 cents all the way sometimes up to like 17 cents. I don't think anybody else in town is doing a Gas Buster. So I think a lot of people come here. It's convenient to get your groceries, and it's convenient just to grab some gas. It's more of the, I think people more about the convenience than they are about, oh gosh, I need to go to Walmart to get this because it's cheaper, or I need to go to Hy-Vee to get this because I like their produce, and I need to go to Fairway to get this for their meat, or whatever. I think it's more of a convenience factor. I necessarily don't think people are paying attention to gas prices, especially now that they've been dramatically decreasing. Personal opinion.
I got a question. Don't get anything printed that shouldn't be.
Okay, that's great.
This is a rare visit from Jeremy. Oh yeah? We don't see him much.
Do you think like the rising gas prices like increase like students like need to like use the CAN bus system more?
I definitely think so. I've talked to quite a few drivers who live in Iowa City who rarely use their car. I mean, I live in Coralville, so I drive in just to get to work, but I don't know, I'd say probably, yeah.
because you always see like the big groups of people like just waiting for like the CAN bus, and usually you can't get everyone.
Yeah, we've actually had service increases in the past couple of years. It's been getting pretty big, so we've been adding service, just trying as hard as we can, pretty much. Yeah, we have 34 buses that we put out almost every day, so yeah.
Is it likely like if gas fees increase, you'll have to continue to increase like your services, because like it's estimated it's gonna be like $5 over the summer? And
yeah, I'm not sure if it's correlation or causation, but we could very well. I mean, we're actually going to be getting 2 buses a year for the next few years, so something around there. We'll probably end up increasing service. So yeah, I think we're ready for it if it does happen.
all right. Let's see. Do you think like the rise in gas prices like kind of keeps students like from like moving like off campus to like where they have to drive in, and like the bus systems are like kind of have to be used more because of that? Like,
yeah, I know a few people. They live off campus and they use like Iowa City or Coralville just to get to campus, and you can buy like a pass for the year or semester. A lot of people just don't want to deal with that though. Like I personally don't do it. I just drive my own car. But yeah, I think if gas prices went up, it would definitely persuade people to either take those buses more or stay more in Iowa City.
Is it closed?
I'm totally okay with that.
Is it,
yeah.
I need.
Do you work in the? And how it affects like.
Rising gas prices.
Yes.
Okay, I'll try.
Well, it's we're trying to pertain this to student aid right now.
Okay.
All right. Do you think like the rise in gas prices have affected like students' like decision to go to certain colleges, like from farther away to like staying close to home?
My own personal opinion?
Yeah.
I don't think it's really affecting that in a lot of ways, because I think that if a student really wants to come to Iowa, they're going to come here, but it may affect how many times they choose to go home to visit after they get here.
So like the homesickness thing can really start kicking in, and like
It might.
like kind of like stress out students, and then like
Yeah, it might.
affect their studies somewhat.
It might.
And like how much do you think like students like spend like usually like on gas? Like some like my friend personally, when like we usually go back, we usually spend like $60 to $70 like to fill up. Do you think like that can affect like their use of their student financial aid, like if they have extra, like trying to use it towards like helping them get around?
Well, the cost of attendance in financial aid has an allotment in it for travel expenses, and it's reevaluated every year, so that it should take into effect, if there's rising gas prices, it should take that into effect, and it accounts for a student to get back and forth to home several times a semester. Now, of course, if you live a long ways away, like if you're living in California or something, that's going to make a big difference. But as far as affecting students and going home, it may make a difference on whether there's just 2 of you riding in the car going home, or whether you end up waiting and finding 4 of you to ride back and forth. And again, it could make a difference on how many times you choose to go home in a semester.
And then some of the research I did, like it's the gas prices for the summer are supposed to could rise up over like $5, go to like $5.50. Do you think that could like affect like the cost of school at all, like for like CAN bus and then like all this other stuff that has to be used by gas?
Well, they've had rumors like that before that haven't come through, so it's hard to speculate on whether the scare of the over $5 a gallon is really going to happen or not. I commute to work myself, and so I keep an eye on the gas prices, and actually in the last few weeks they've been going down. So you hear about that it's going to go up to over $5, and then you see the prices going down. So I don't know, I'd kind of say wait and see what happens, because you would think that there's other people running this country that would have a say in letting gas prices climb to drastic levels. As far as the cost of attendance and financial aid, that's all been determined already for this next year. So if gas prices go up to $5, it would have to be something where a student would have to probably come in and plead their case for why they needed more money to go back and forth to home. Everything's done on a year-by-year basis, and right now award letters have been going out since March for students for this year, and prices go up in the summer. It's a little late for getting it to affect the award letter. But next year.
Do you guys have any other things that you think you could add? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Really interesting, the bigger car.
We're doing a veteran project with Bryson Oil. Yes, do you mind answering a couple questions? Sure. Thank you. All right, so the first question is, what are the obvious changes that have happened to you after the rising oil prices? None. And then another reason, or what reasons do you think the rise of oil prices is due to?
Environmental regulation.
Environmental regulation. And the last question is, if the oil price continued to rise, what would you do? Would you nothing would change? No. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Yep.